Turning now to other news of Hawaii, the Hawaii Democratic Party just announced that Oahu chapter chair Tony Gill has resigned.
It's a story our media partners at Civil Beat are working on, and joining us over Skype is reporter Chad Blair. Good morning, Chad.
Good morning. Big news day today, isn't it? Yikes.
All kinds of stories. That's right. Well, let's get started. I know that Tony Gill has resigned. That's actually going to be very interesting to see what happens right now.
Well, he has said that he's going to be focusing on a lawsuit. The party is challenging Hawaii's primary system. They don't like the fact that people can go in and they can choose to vote for any of the parties, Republican, Libertarian, Green. They want to change that. They feel it's a nominating process. But you got to wonder, Tony Gill, son of Tom Gill, the late lieutenant governor and congressman, brother of Gary Gill, a government official, brother of Eric Gill, the labor leader. I mean, politics is in his blood. He did apply for Senator Inouye's seat in December, didn't get it. He has thought about running for governor, so one wonders whether he might be thinking about a political race next year.
There we go again, talking about the election. That's, what, a year and a half away?
I know. Sorry, that's in my blood, I'm afraid.
That's okay, Chad. It's in our blood, too. Let's move on to another story that Civil Beat is working on. Federal agent Christopher Deedy on trial for murder following that much-publicized shooting at the McDonald's during the APEC conference in 2011. Now you're learning that he's raising money for his defense from an unusual source. Where's he getting the money from?
Well, there's a website called Support Christopher Deedy. It's been put up by friends and associates of the federal agent to raise money for the trial. It's raised about $13,000 so far. That's far short of probably at least $50,000 and maybe much higher that they're going to need. I think the concern here for his supporters are that maybe the State Department, they may not be picking up his legal tab, and therefore Deedy is going to have to possibly front all these costs himself. So you can go and check it out. There's photos of him, explanations of the case. Support Christopher Deedy.
And this is pretty unusual.
It is unusual. You know, raising money on the internet is not unusual. There was a case last year, a couple of years ago. Remember that shooting in Florida, George Zimmerman and the young African-American? There's a case where he has raised money for his defense. So it's not completely unprecedented, but given that this guy is a federal agent, that certainly is a new bar.
And Chad, after months of waiting, the Board of Education Tuesday at its meeting finally got an update from the DOE on its plans to revamp its student transportation program. What's the latest with that?
Well, apparently there's new data that is pinpointing inefficiencies in the school bus system. They think that that is one way to bring down costs. As you know, as we have reported, Civil Beat has a series on this, how those costs have skyrocketed and affected the schedules for students on all the islands. So perhaps the board and the department are moving closer in this regard.
All right. Well, Chad, it's always great to talk with you. Thanks a lot for the updates on Civil Beat.
Well, thank you for reading civilbeat.com.
And you can find the complete stories that we've just discussed on civilbeat.com. It's now 6:47. We'll be right back.